Blackstone Audio presents The Global Deal: Climate Change and the Creation of a New Era of Progress and Prosperity by Nicholas Stern. This book bears the following dedication: To Sue. Introduction. How did an economist who had worked on public policy, growth and development for most of his career come to work on policy on climate change? The logic of the problem, the relationship between economic development and climate change, and a little history, can explain. My first fieldwork at the end of the 1960s had been on tea smallholdings in Africa, which profoundly influenced my thinking on public policy, as it showed what could happen if the entrepreneurship of the farmer was combined with the skills of the private tea factory in an environment shaped by sound policy, good infrastructure, and effective agricultural extension. Of particular importance to me has been my work over more than 3 decades with splendid collaborators in the village of Palanpur in India. I have been following Palanpur and its economic and social change since I first went there in 1974-5 to study the effects of the Green Revolution, witnessing both the vulnerability and creativity of those in poor rural areas at first hand. Good policy unleashes entrepreneurship and achievement. I had been an academic for 25 years, from 1969 until the end of 1993. After 10 years lecturing at Oxford, I had become a professor at Warwick and then at the London School of Economics, and also led a very international life, teaching and researching in India, China and Africa, as well as the École Polytechnique in Paris and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the USA. Since 1993, I had been more directly involved in the making of public policy as chief economist of the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, chief economist and senior vice president of the World Bank, and then head of the Government Economic Service in the UK, and second permanent secretary at the Treasury, positions I occupied whilst writing the report of the Commission for Africa. I am now an academic economist again, as I.G. Patel Professor of Economics and Government at the London School of Economics, chairman of the Grantham Institute on Climate Change and the Environment, and director of the India Observatory. I am an economist, a researcher, and a writer. In 2005, I was asked by Gordon Brown, then the UK Finance Minister, and Tony Blair.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?